We've got a fresh episode of the Elon Phoenix Weekly all lined up.
You won't want to miss this.
Good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Elon Phoenix Weekly. I'm Scarlett Facard.
And I'm Derek Scully. Thanks for joining us on your ESPN2 local sports break.
Here at the Elon Phoenix Weekly, we take you inside Elon athletics, both on and off the field.
Senior men's basketball player Drew Spradlin has taken to the court for the last time, but he's left us with 4 years worth of exciting memories.
Younger players have dominated the Elon men's basketball program in recent years, so we had a chance to catch up with the lone senior on this year's team, Drew Spradlin, to reminisce about his time here at Elon. Drew gave us insight on all of his memories of the team, including some of his favorite games.
The triple overtime game against Charleston this year at home. That was just, we've never beaten Charleston and since I've been here. I remember a game my sophomore year when we beat Chat here in double overtime. That was my career high, and we were on like a 5-game losing skid or something, and it's just, when you finally win off those losing streaks, it's just like a huge weight off your back. And I mean, I have a ton of memories, and I think most of my favorite memories come from just being around my teammates and stuff like that. I think that's probably what I'll miss the most and what I'll remember the most. It's not really the games themselves, but the people that I've been able to be around for 4 years while I've been here.
Drew's memories are all special, and his time here will be remembered for years to come. One landmark in particular puts Drew in a class shared by a select few of Elon basketball alumni, the 1,000 Point Club.
Like, we didn't know when it was going to happen, so my mom drove to UMass the first game. I don't know how many I was away at that point, but it was something ridiculous. And I was like, Mom, I think you're probably safe. Like, I don't think you have to drive 14 hours to Massachusetts to watch this game. But then, like, it got to South Carolina, I think it was like 10 or something. And my mom, my dad, my grandmas, like a couple of my extended family started coming. And I think I got like 7 or 8, and it was like one bucket away.
Although Drew is recognized in this elite class, he remains humble and is adamant that his accomplishments were just a bonus to being able to play with the Phoenix.
That was never like a personal goal of mine. I guess once I realized like that it would probably happen, then it was exciting, and it's cool, and like it was a lot of fun, the whole ceremony. But like for me, I didn't come into college basketball like thinking like I want to score 1,000 points. I just, wanted to play on a team and contribute and help the program get better and try and win games.
What I like most about Drew is that he cares. And he cares not only about Elon, he loves it here, but he cares about his individual improvement, and he cares about the team's improvement. And he wants nothing more than the success of this program. And whether that happens 2 or 3 years down the line, or it happens today, he wants it now, but he also wears Elon on his heart, and he wants it in the future too.
Drew's contribution, along with Coach Matheny's expertise, have really brought Elon basketball to the top of the Southern Conference.
Though we are saying farewell to Drew, last spring we said hello to the new head coach of Elon football. Coach Jason Swepson reflects on his first season as part of the Phoenix.
During his first season as Elon University head football coach, Jason Swepson led the Phoenix to a 5-6 record. Now, as he prepares to get his second season underway, Coach Swepson looks back at his first season at the helm of Phoenix football.
Last season was a learning experience, not only for me, my staff, but obviously for the players. You know, they had to learn a new system, new way of doing things, and a lot of trial and error, not only preseason but throughout the season. So we had a lot of mistakes with coaches and players, and I thought we got better towards the end of the season. The wins didn't happen, but I thought as a program we got better.
Before ever stepping onto the field for game day at Elon, Coach Swepson had expectations for how he wanted his team to play and work each week. While the wins did not add up the way he wanted, his team's effort did meet the coach's desires.
We wanted a winning season, and that didn't happen, so I think we were all disappointed with that. But overall, I was excited about the team effort, the willingness of trying to be successful, and kids giving 110% in practice and on the game field.
Regardless of win or loss, each week something stood out to Coach Swepson that made all the work and effort put in by the players and coaches worth it on a week-to-week basis.
You know, coming out of the locker room and seeing the scout team players of the week hold the American flag and the state flag and running down the hill, and the band and the cheerleaders, and that moment in time each and every Saturday, home and away, is priceless. And you know, you're not really concerned about the outcome at that point. You're just so excited to be involved with Elon Athletics.
While the Phoenix had many moments of success last season, Coach Swepson tells us where he believes the team could use some work and where he sees improvements that need to be made for next year.
We just got to clean up some of the mistakes from a year ago. You know, cut down the turnovers on offense, and you know, tackle a little bit better on defense, and you know, be more consistent on special teams.
Having his first year under his belt, Coach Swepson does not plan on changing much more next year. Rather, he wants to improve upon the foundation that was laid out during this past season.
Well, we're not going to change much, you know, so the players and the coaches will know the routine. They'll know the playbook, and now it's just getting bigger, faster, and stronger, so we can perform at a high level.
Much like his first season, Coach Swepson has high expectations for this upcoming season and will put his team in the best position to succeed.
Have a winning season, no ifs, ands, and buts about it, and I think we're all excited about that. And we just want to do it the right way, and basically what that means is, you know, at the end of the game, when I'm shaking the other head coach's hand, I want him to say, that's a tough team. You guys played hard, and you guys played the game the way it should be played. And that's tough, physical, and fast, and that's what we want to accomplish.
Elon certainly made waves gaining respect in the conference this year, and we look forward to watching the team grow under the tutelage of Coach Swepson next season.
Elon has had a long tradition of football success, which brings us to today's trivia question. Which coach won the most games in his inaugural season at Elon?
The answer to that coming up, as well as a look at another outstanding Elon basketball player, Allie Ford.
And later we take a look at one of Elon's most famous historic figures, Dr. Earl Danieley.
All this and more when we return to the Elon Phoenix Weekly.
Phoenix fans, be sure to live the maroon life and support Elon Athletics by ordering your football season tickets now. Log on to www.elonphoenix.com or call the ticket office at 336-278-6750 to reserve your seats now.
Through their daily pursuit of excellence, Elon student athletes have gained recognition for their achievements both on and off the field.
Building a winning tradition takes hard work and dedication.
Dedication to the maroon life.
Where success is not only measured by just wins and trophies, but also by the knowledge we gain.
At Elon, we're more than just athletes.
We're student athletes.
Providing support enables success. Help sustain the winning tradition of Elon Athletics while securing the future of our student athletes for years to come.
An Elon education is about preparing students for a life of global citizenship. Of course, this is a place where you're going to come and earn a degree, but it's also a place that's going to get you to think very deeply about how you're going to use that degree to make the world a better place.
Welcome back to your ESPN2 Local Sports Break.
The Elon Phoenix Weekly is made possible by the students of the School of Communications in association with the dedicated coaches, athletes, and staff of Elon Athletics.
Earlier in the show, we went into the memories of Elon's lone senior on the men's basketball team. But now we are going to take a look at someone who still has a year left to leave her mark on the women's basketball program.
Junior on the Elon women's basketball team, but her success on the court already has people saying she's one of the best Elon has ever had.
You know, just being in the right positions at the right time. I think we have, you know, great strategies and game plans, and that fit my game. So, you know, my game fits in well with the team game, and I can contribute and do what I need to do to help our team win. And with that, you know, comes like you know, points, assists, whatever was really needed for that night.
Allie is the third highest scorer in Elon women's basketball history, and she currently holds the record for most makes from behind the arc in the Southern Conference this season.
I mean, the credit and the stats might be in my name, but there's no way that that's what they're built out of. I mean, I give all the credits to my teammates and coaches because they put me in a position that I can succeed, and I think that's, you know, kind of what being a leader is about, and like a point guard, and, you know, kind of being up there at the top of the offense is, you know, you put people in the best position to succeed, and I feel like my teammates have put me in the best position to succeed.
But Allie says she doesn't play for the recognition. She plays to win the games.
If you continue to do what we were brought here to do, or what, you know, your role is on the team, and you do it well, I feel like you don't have to worry about records and statistics and things like that. They just kind of come.
Despite all of her awards and recognition, Allie knows how to keep a level head during each game.
I guess the key is, you know, not to get too high and then not to get too low. And so, you know, when you're losing, you have to keep a level head, and you have to, you know, figure out what you're lacking, or, you know, what you need to work on, and then fix it, because, you know, there's really no better feeling than winning.
And Allie says those wins come with determination and hard work at team practices.
Coach Smith tells me all the time, and, you know, Zora Stevenson guards me, and she says, make her do something different. All she does is shoot. And, you know, I kind of take that personally, but it's all relative, and it's all kind of just fuel, because when Coach Smith is like, Zora, all she does is shoot, make her do something different, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to do something different. And then in the process, you get better, and you develop your game, and you start being versatile. And then in that process, Zora's getting better on defense. And then we flip it, and it's my turn. So I think, you know, that's kind of like the fun, unknown every day, you know, what's going to happen.
Allie would love to continue playing basketball after college, but there's one thing she wants more than anything else.
I want this team to be successful. It doesn't even really matter where I am. I mean, I would like to think that, you know, somebody or something could happen maybe overseas, or, you know, I still want to play basketball as long as I can. But, you know, it would mean the world to me if, you know, this team could feel what it feels like to win a championship. It would be better than any personal accomplishment that I could ever dream of even, is, you know, see the people around me, you know, reach a goal that we've set.
Though Elon did not reach that goal this year, with returning players like Allie Ford, the team will have a great shot next year.
Though the future is bright for Elon athletics, let's now take a look back into the history books for a moment in Elon history.
Elon's sports history during World War II was effectively brought to a halt by the fighting. However, in devoting its finest young men to battle overseas, the campus turned its sports focus inward. J.L. Jet Pierce, Director of Physical Education, and Mrs. D.D. Vickery, Director of Women's Athletics, worked hard to keep campus life alive with intramurals, which included volleyball, archery, bowling, and tennis. Comer Field hosted many of the intramural activities. It wasn't until the war was ended that once again varsity sports, beginning with basketball, could resume. Elon College could at last come into her own in athletics.
And Elon certainly has grown with its athletics program.
That growth is accentuated by the recent accomplishments of one tandem on the Elon women's tennis team.
This year's Elon women's tennis team is led by sophomores Jordan Johnston and Frida Jansaker. Coach Elizabeth Anderson decided to put the two together as Elon's #1 doubles team, but she wasn't the only one to notice their skill. On February 16th, the Intercollegiate Tennis Association gave Johnston and Jansaker the first national ranking in Elon history. The pair was ranked 43rd in the country and the only doubles team in the Southern Conference with a national ranking.
I will never forget this moment. You know, I've grown up in a tennis household. My mom played college tennis, and I've always, I know the list, I know the ranking, I know who's on it, and kind of to be in that presence and have my own name there, it's really cool. I'm very honored to be on it, and I know Frida is as well, to be a part of something that big.
Yeah, it was definitely an amazing feeling to see that ranking, that we actually can do this.
Both players excelled as true freshmen last year. Johnston was named Southern Conference Freshman of the Year and recorded first-team all-conference honors as well. Jansaker won the team's Coaches Award and played most of the spring in the #3 position. The combination of their skill and friendship made Coach Anderson's decision to team them up an easy one.
Their games complement each other, like I mentioned, and their personalities complement each other very well. They're both very straightforward with each other. They push each other. They're really good friends off the court, and so I think they communicate well on the court. That kind of carries over, and then they clicked really nicely. So we're really excited with the results.
I know that Jordan always has my back, so even if I screw up, I know she's got me. And we're very honest with each other on the court. Like if someone's not being focused, we get into each other's faces.
The talented tandem made an early impact. In fact, their first match together resulted in a victory over the #1 doubles team for 4th-ranked North Carolina. The win was great for them, but they realized they can't dwell on that one victory.
That match was huge for us, and it was awesome, but I think the next match after it was just as important. So winning the next few kind of solidified, but we are good. It wasn't just a fluke that we beat that good of a team. Yes, the ranking is there, and it's nice to have, and it shows all the hard work we've put in, but in the end, it's all about getting the win for our team and helping out the best way that we can.
Johnston and Jansaker have led the Phoenix to a great early start. They're hoping the historic ranking and strong beginning can give them the momentum they need heading into conference play.
We look forward to watching women's tennis team grow with such young stars leading the team.
We've got to take a quick break, but on the other side of these commercials, we will take a quick glimpse into the history and the impact that Dr. Danieley has had on the school.
You won't want to miss this.
What is living the maroon life? It's more than just the hustle and the sweat. It's more than just the pain and the frustration. It's more than just the triumph and the glory. The maroon life is you. Yes, you. You, the athlete, striving to be at your best day in and day out. You, the alumni who have been in the stands supporting Elon for years. You, the fans who stream into games hours before kickoff. And you, the little ones who will be the next generation of Phoenix fans. You are what drives Elon Athletics, and you are the reason we do what we do. There is so much history and tradition behind our maroon. Conference titles, All-American, and national championships. But there is so much history and tradition yet to be made. So join us. Live the maroon life.
Phoenix fans, be sure to live the maroon life and support Elon Athletics by ordering your football season tickets now. Log on to www.elonphoenix.com or call the ticket office at 336-278-6750 to reserve your seats now.
There are currently over 350 Elon student athletes competing in 16 NCAA Division I sports.
Scholarships enable us to succeed not only on the field,
but also in the classroom.
It helps us in achieving our commitment.
To live the maroon life.
Your gifts have the power to take Phoenix Athletics to even greater heights while giving student athletes an outstanding education.
Welcome back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on your ESPN2 local sports break.
Earlier in the show, we asked which head coach won the most games in his inaugural season at Elon. The answer, Coach Jerry Tolley went 9-2 in 1977 after taking over for Elon's winningest coach, Red Wilson.
Both of these coaches had a profound impact on Elon's football program, but Dr. Earl Danieley is one person who helped build Elon not only as an academic institution, but as an athletics program.
Dr. James Earl Danieley, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, we thank you. Thank you for being there, for standing up, and we honor you for your indelible mark and contribution to this college.
Danieley is an established and celebrated name on the campus of Elon. Dr. Earl Danieley graduated from Elon in 1946. He went on to become a professor of chemistry, dean of the college, and president of the school. Danieley has shaped Elon's image, academics, and athletics. His first interaction with any sport came when he was a high school student living on his family's farm.
When I graduated from high school, I weighed 310 pounds, so I was not about to be an athlete. My daddy loved baseball. He was really a baseball fan. Then he actually had farm teams in the summer. He'd get the farmers together, the young boys, and have a team. Well, I couldn't play because I was big and fat, so I kept score. I was the official scorekeeper, and I was real proud of my scorebook.
As a student at Elon in the 1940s, Danieley enjoyed watching Elon sports, but was disappointed by wartime athletics.
The really able men had gone off to war, and we had a very, very weak team. To show you how awful it was, the man who was in charge of coaching knew very little basketball, and I actually saw him standing on the court with the team with a book in hand, and he would read a paragraph or less and then talk about it. He didn't know it well enough to coach without the book. And I just thought, this is so awful. If he doesn't know basketball better than that, we were in trouble.
As a professor, Danieley even suggested to then-President Leon Smith that Elon discontinue its football program.
Since the coach was gone, that I thought it'd be a great time to discontinue football, just not have a football team. Well, I did not get a warm reception from Smith. Smith he loved his athletics. He gave scholarships. His rationale was this: I've got dormitory rooms, so I can allow an athlete to room in the dorm without costing me anything. I've got vacant spaces in the classroom, so I can let the boy go to class, and that doesn't cost anything. So the only thing that costs anything for me to bring this guy who's going to play football or whatever is his food.
Danieley took Smith's scholarship philosophy to heart and developed his own ideas about athletic scholarship.
I don't see any reason why a good student can't play ball, or why a good ball player can't be a student. And so that's been something I've been very interested in.
After becoming president in 1957, Danieley decided to implement his ideas.
I decided right away that I would take control of the athletic program. I remember having an alumni meeting in Winston-Salem. Alumni of the area, we got together and had dinner. And then I spoke a little while, and then I told them that they could ask questions. And one of the guys who asked a question, why don't you have a booster club for athletics? And I say to him, because I am going to be in charge of the athletic program.
Perhaps Danieley's biggest accomplishment was founding intercollegiate women's athletics at Elon. In 1971, he hired a high school coach from Gibsonville named Kay Yao to coach Elon's first intercollegiate women's basketball team.
And that was really the beginning of girls basketball in the state, as well as here. Well, then, of course, Title IX comes along, and that was the encouragement that we needed to have all these other outstanding programs.
Dr. Danieley decided to honor his coaches and athletes, creating an Elon Sports Hall of Fame in 1972.
It has turned out to be a very, very satisfying. Every year, new people are selected, and the number of people who qualify is increasing.
And in 2008, Danieley was surprised by an award from the very establishment he created.
We started to get up, and Jim Wagner said, wait a minute, everybody sit down. He said, Dr. Danieley, we got a little business we want to take care of. You can just listen. And they voted me in the Hall of Fame. And I couldn't believe it.
Recognition for the work of Dr. Danieley continues today with a unique tradition.
And Jason decided it would be nice for them to call out my name. So one night we were at a basketball game, and all of a sudden I realized that Jason and the boys around him were saying, Dr. Danieley. And I said, Frona, they called my name. She said, I thought that's what that was. And I wasn't real sure, because I never heard of any such thing as that. So I decided I had to acknowledge it some way, so I stood up. And then they really gave me a cheer. And I thought, I don't know about this. I had a towel with me, just in case they did this again. Well, that game, about halfway through the second half, they started yelling again. And I got up and waved my towel. And boy, they really yelled then. And I told President Lambert later, I think I like that.
Well, that's our show for today. If you missed anything or want to watch it again, be sure to check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/Elon Phoenix Weekly.
Also be sure to visit elonphoenix.com, your #1 source for all the maroon and gold buzz.
On behalf of our producers and crew here at the show, we hope you continue to have a spectacular weekend.
And be sure to join us again next week for the Elon Phoenix Weekly. I'm Scarlett Picard.
And I'm Derek Skelly. Thanks for watching.
An Elon education is about preparing students for a life of global citizenship. Of course, this is a place where you're going to come and earn a degree, but it's also a place that's going to get you to think very deeply about how you're going to use that degree to make the world a better place.